It's not like you are unique in any way. I hate to tell you, you are not a special snowflake. You're telling yourself, this isn't good enough, I'm not good enough, then it will never be good enough. Your thought is something that you tell yourself over and over and over again until you would swear on a stack of Bibles that it was true. You would swear in court that this is absolutely true. So if you say, I don't have a niche, I don't know what my niche will be, I can't make a video, and you say that over and over again, it's too hard to pick a niche, I haven't decided, I have 2 different things that I want to do, I haven't been able to pick a niche, I can't make a video because I don't have a niche. You tell yourself this over and over again, you believe it. Your brain believes it. You've just reinforced it so many times that it's now a fact. It's not an opinion. It's not a belief. It is a fact. I'm getting ready. To get ready is just a nice way of saying I'm not taking any action. So why are you not taking any action? What are you thinking to yourself? Let's say I spend too much time watching what other people are doing, and then the thought is they're so much better than me. Now, how do you feel when you have that thought? I'm guessing you don't feel very good. You probably feel inferior. You feel inadequate. You feel depressed. Let's just say inadequate. Like, oh, his videos are so much better than mine. So that makes me feel inadequate. So what do I do when I feel inadequate? Well, I keep watching other people's videos and I compare and despair a little bit more. I distract myself from actually making videos. I spend a lot of time trying to come up with ideas, but not really making much progress. And then I say, this is never going to work. I put it on the back burner. I go do something else instead. Maybe I make farming postcards. Maybe I go mow the lawn. Maybe I do whatever I can think of to distract myself from actually doing this. And because my thought was I'm inadequate, then my results are, yeah, your videos are inadequate because you don't have any videos. They're not good because they aren't even there. They don't exist. It's a total self-fulfilling prophecy. What can we do to change those thoughts? Well, first of all, I would say, let's not compare ourselves to other people. If I've been making videos since 2017, is it realistic to think that you will make your first video and it will be anywhere near as good as the ones that I'm making today after, what is that, 7 years of experience making videos? No, we get better through repetition and better practice. We keep doing the practice. We keep making the videos. We evaluate how we did. We say, maybe next time I should do something different. I mean, for crying out loud, I took thumbnail photos the other day and sent them to Katie. And she was like, did you even use a light? And I said, well, no, actually, it was evening. And the sun was now on this side of the house. So I had no daylight coming in from the window, but my lights were upstairs. And y'all, I was too lazy to go and get them. So I just turned on the overhead light on my ceiling fan. And she said, yes, I can tell. I am photoshopping the heck out of these photos and they still don't look very good. Next time, make sure you use lighting, please. Okay, so we all do this. Nobody is perfect. Even years into the process, there's still room for improvement. So if you decided to think instead of I am inadequate, I'm a beginner. I have no bad habits. I have nowhere to go but up. I can only get better from here because I don't have any videos yet. Like, what if you decided to think something that would make you feel a little bit more excited about the process? And the cool part is that this is 100% within your control. Your brain is not in charge of you. Yes, we have all of these thoughts that are on autopilot. The negative thoughts are much easier to think than the positive thoughts. But when you realize that you're having it, you can decide to purposely think something else. You can say, no, I'm not going to tell myself I'm inadequate because that's not helping me be better. That's totally self-limiting. That is tearing myself down. And I don't talk smack to my friends like that. I'm certainly not going to talk smack to myself like that anymore. So I'm going to say instead, I got no bad habits. I got nowhere to go but up. And so if that was the thought, how does that make you feel? Then I feel excited, right? So now what do I do when I feel excited? Now I say, okay, I'm going to go sit down and come up with some content ideas. I know my niche. I know what I'm passionate about talking about. I know the person that I most likely want to help. And I can do research for other people that have YouTube channels serving this same niche in different states, in different provinces, in different countries. I'm not going to compare myself to a direct competitor, but I can absolutely watch somebody in Canada and get inspiration for my channel from the videos that they're making, because we don't compete. And in fact, maybe we could even do a collaboration together someday. So maybe I will watch a few of their videos, and you don't even have to watch the videos. Just go to their channel after you've found them and look at the titles of their videos and be like, oh, that never occurred to me. That's actually a really good idea. Could I make a video on that topic? Of course you could. And it would be about your area, not wherever they live in Canada. And so we start taking actions that move us forward. And then what was the thought that I had? I have no bad habits. I got nowhere to go but up. The result is I made the video, I posted it on my channel. I'm going up, right? Because the thought always appears in our results. When I created my YouTube channel, I think I had 18 subscribers that just accumulated over the years. And it was because I was like posting videos of my son when he learned how to crawl, and my daughter when she learned how to ride a bike without training wheels. And I would put them on YouTube and I would send them to my family because they lived across the country. I had a few subscribers. So I guess it was just my family. And then I started making these videos. And like this thought was, oh my gosh, like someday I'm going to have 100 subscribers. And it took several months, but then I did. And then the next thought was, someday I'm going to have 1,000 subscribers. And then I did. And then it was, someday I'm going to have 5,000 and 10,000. And that channel is up to 17,000 something. This channel that I have now is over 20,000. Like, it's been an amazing journey. But the only reason that that happened was because I made videos. So if I had prevented myself from ever starting in the first place, you can't have 20,000 subscribers with no videos on your channel, right? And we don't have to be perfect. I am so far from perfect. None of my videos are perfect. I trip over my words. I say stupid things. The lighting is bad. The audio is bad. Not all on the same video, but usually there's one or two things that I wish I would change on like every single video that I publish. And it doesn't matter, because people subscribe and they watch and they call me and they comment anyway. And it's fine. Nobody says, that was such a great video, but I really wish that you had not used the $20 microphone. Like, I really wish you had been using a better microphone. Nobody says that. They don't know. My hair's not right. I didn't write a script. Should I just shower and get camera ready, or go out? Should I stop and script the whole thing out? Should I go work out before I shower and get myself camera ready? That's a lot of thoughts. And it's a whole lot of thoughts about your appearance too. So let me ask you this. When somebody is watching your videos, does what your hair look like make a difference in whether or not they decide to hire you based on your competency as a very successful realtor in the town that you live in? Do you think they care whether your hair is in a bun or a ponytail or it's down? Do you think that they can tell whether you showered before you turned on the camera? I'm here to tell you, nobody has smell-o-vision. They cannot smell you. If you went to the gym and you got all stanky and then you came back, as long as you're not sweaty on camera, nobody can tell. It is so much more about what can I do for you versus what do I look like? They don't care. They're watching your video thinking, what's in it for me? If I give you 10 minutes of my day and I watch your video, it better be good. It better help me in some way. It better inform me. It better teach me something that I wanted to know. But what size pants you wear, it doesn't really matter. When you are so concerned about how you look on camera, it puts a lot of focus on you, and it makes you feel very like I'm being judged and they're going to find something wrong with me. And then they're going to tell me in the comments all of the things that are wrong with me. It really makes you feel very inferior. And I can absolutely say that because I've been there. I've done that. When I spend too much time thinking about how I will be perceived on camera, it puts a lot of stress on myself. And then it makes me not want to do it. Right. But if I can stop saying, okay, it's not about me and what I look like. I do believe in being camera ready. Like I would not show up in my pajamas with makeup from last night smeared under my eyes. All of the things. Gosh, we went to the beach last weekend and I did not wear waterproof mascara. And I got in the car to drive home with my family. Nobody said anything to me. Thank you so much, guys. And then we decided we were going to stop for dinner on the way. And I glanced in the mirror before I got out of the car. And I was like, oh my God, you guys, I look like a raccoon. I seriously have black circles under my eyes from the mascara that ran down my face while I was getting splashed by the waves in the ocean. And none of you said anything to me. So I grabbed a napkin. I wiped it all off so I could go in to the restaurant and not look like my husband had punched me in both eyes. But so I do get camera ready, and I do believe, like, just make sure you look decent. I'm not wearing a ball gown, for crying out loud. I'm wearing sweatpants and a t-shirt, but I feel like I am presentable on camera. And I film in a room, aside from the slumbering dog in the background, that is presentable. Other than that, I just don't really worry too much about it. Instead, I tell myself, it doesn't really matter like what my hair looks like today. Yes, there are days when it's totally frizzy. Yes, there are days when I have like a wild hair sticking straight out, and I filmed the entire video and I didn't know. I filmed a video once where I had washed my hands and splashed water on my shirt. And when Katie went to edit the video, she's like, you look like a nursing mother. What the heck? And I didn't notice. And seriously, I was like, can you just like crop it up? Who cares? I don't care that I have a water stain on my shirt. And you know what? Maybe somebody will say something in the comments about it. Well, I'll have a good chuckle about it. It's not that big of a deal. I don't put too much worry about how I look on camera, because what I tell myself instead is that somebody out there desperately needs this information. Somebody out there really needs help. And I have the answer. I have the solution. I know what they are struggling with, and I can answer that problem for them and tell them what to do instead. They will be so grateful for the information that they don't care that I spilled spaghetti sauce on my shirt at lunch. It doesn't matter. I'll just make a joke about it in my video and be like, hey, everyone, welcome back to the video. You guys have Carl's Jr. where you live? You know, when they say, like, if it's not all over the place, you didn't eat? Yeah, a little bit of barbecue sauce. So tell me if you feel if you can commiserate with my problem. And then you talk about your topic and who really cared. If anything, they will think that it was funny, that they will say, oh my gosh, every time I eat one of their burgers, I got like barbecue sauce dripping down my arms. And it will be something that you guys can commiserate together about. Nobody will worry. So if you're having these thoughts that are stopping you, and it's anything that's based on fear, right? I'm too old. I'm too fat. I don't know what to talk about. I'm not good enough. Everybody else is so much better than me. Just recognize that this is completely normal, that we have these thoughts, and we have them a million times a day. And we say them to ourselves so much that it becomes second nature, but it's not true. It is not real. This is simply your brain's way of trying to keep you safe. If you don't make a video, you can't get criticized. If you don't put the video out there, you can't be rejected. Nobody can tell you how terrible you are. Nobody can leave a snarky comment in the comments because they're a troll. You can't be harmed in any way if you never do it in the first place. So it's just your brain's way of trying to keep you safe. And we have to say, well, I appreciate that you're trying to keep me safe, but that's really not true. And instead, I'm going to choose to believe I have a lot of expert knowledge that people need to hear. So maybe you don't go from like everyone else is better than me to I have 100,000 subscribers. Maybe that's too big of a stretch. So maybe we go little baby steps along the way, right? I have no bad habits. I have nowhere to go but up. I'm getting better and better. Every time I make a video, I learn something new and I get better and better. Look how far I've come already. And after you've made 10 videos, you say, I am so much better than I was on the first video. People are finding these videos. They're finding them helpful. People think that I am valuable, that I am helping them. And you start to build up better and better thoughts that really help you, that don't drag you down and make you feel like crap about yourself. They are things that lift you up and empower you and make you feel better. My coach says, I never make myself wrong. And I am the queen of making myself wrong. Like, I tried it and it didn't work. It was a terrible idea. I can't believe I ever was so stupid to think that would work. Like, I am really, really good at beating myself up over decisions I made that did not work out very well. And she says, I never make myself wrong. I made the best choice I could at the time with the information that I had, and I did not get the results that I wanted or expected. So now I have that experience under my belt and I can make a different choice the next time. That's all that is. And that kind of thinking helps me so much. Be kinder to myself, be more gracious to myself, to acknowledge all of the wonderful things that I've been able to accomplish in my business and not just dwell on the goals that I haven't met, the things that I was trying to reach for and didn't get yet. It's really crazy. So I encourage you to sit down and spend some time thinking, like, what is a crazy goal for you as far as your YouTube channel? How many subscribers? When you put out a video, how many views do you get on it, like in the first week or two? And be thinking, if that was the kind of channel that I had, what would I be thinking about my channel, my content, myself? I personally would be thinking things like, people love this content. They love to watch my videos. I have 1,000 true fans. They will watch every video I put on that channel, not because the information is so darn amazing, but because I made the video and they follow the channel because of me. My people love me. My people are loyal to me. I love making content for them to help them. And when I think thoughts like that, it just makes me feel so powerful, right? Not in indecision and I don't know what to do and like questioning every decision. Should I do this for the thumbnail? Should I do that for the thumbnail? It just makes me feel so much more in control and not sweat the small stuff. Maybe I really like having my phone on a selfie stick, walking outside through the neighborhood, and that's the easiest way for me to film a video. And so I'm the most likely to get it done because I've made it easiest on myself. And how would I know that unless I tried it? Or like me, the easiest thing to do is to sit here in my office. I have filmed outside before. I squint really bad in the sun, then I either have to wear a hat, and so now I have a shadow on my face, or I have to wear big sunglasses and you can't see my eyes. I don't really enjoy filming outside because I'm not one of those people that can go outside and not wear sunglasses. I always have sunglasses on. I have to. So for me, it's easier to sit at my desk, which means less friction, less reason for me to say no. If you remove the obstacles that are stopping you, you make it easier on yourself, so it's more likely to happen. But you won't know this until you try it. You won't know until you do these experiments. Maybe you'll say, I hate sitting at my desk. I feel like I'm very low energy when I'm sitting down. I want to try standing. I know that I have a lot more energy in my body when I'm standing. The problem is that I am 6 feet tall and my computer is on my desk. So if I were to stand up right now, you would not see anything except my belly button. So if you're going to stand, then you have to figure out, okay, where's the camera? Am I using an actual camera? Is it my iPhone? Is my phone on the tripod? Is the tripod now 6 feet tall? So that, it's just a lot of experimentation. And you can experiment all you want. There is nothing wrong with that. Now let's talk about cards. If you want to have cards pop up in the YouTube video. So let's say that you're talking about staging the exterior of your house. And what is the popular paint color right now? And is it still gray? I use that example all the time, but it seems like gray has been the thing for so long and it's finally on its way out. Does it still need to be gray? You're doing a video about exterior curb appeal, but you recently did a video about staging your kitchen and getting all your crap off the counter and making the kitchen look super clean. So you're talking in your video, the exterior curb appeal is so important, but so is your kitchen. And by the way, I recently did a video about staging your kitchen to make it look flawless like a model home. So watch this video next, and you have to practice to know where to point. I can't tell you how many times people point this way. That's not where the card pops up. The card pops up over here. So you're going to want to film yourself and do it two ways. Right hand pointing to the left corner and left hand pointing to the right corner, and then play it back and look at it and make sure that your camera does not do the mirror image. Because if you got the mirror image, you're now pointing this way. You're pointing at the wrong place. And then your card pops up and it's not where you're pointing. And it just makes you look like a doughhead. So practice that so that you know, where do I point? Like, where is it popping up? Because we see that all the time, right? People will be like, I'm going to pop up a link. Well, I'm not sure where is it over here. I'm not really sure. It happens all the time on YouTube and it just looks silly. So you want to be a pro and know right hand, left shoulder, unless your camera is the mirror image, in which case it will be left hand, right shoulder. And same thing with if you're going to be off to the side and you're going to point to something that will be on screen next to you, just know which way are you pointing so that you're pointing in the correct location. Okay, the YouTube community tab. Let's talk about what we can do with the community tab. In case you are unfamiliar with it, it's basically just a news feed of posts where it's kind of like your Facebook feed. You can write something, you can attach an image, you can attach a GIF, you can link to a landing page, you can link to a long video, basically just your news feed. But it's a good way to post more stuff without having to post more videos. Now, one of the big updates, and this is not super new, but it used to be that you had to have 500 subscribers in order to have the community tab, and now you don't. You just need to make sure that you have all of your options available. So let me share my screen and I'm going to show you where we do that. You're in YouTube Studio. If you click on create and you don't see create post, then it probably means that you don't yet have it enabled. So we are going to come down to settings, channel, feature eligibility. And you need to have the intermediate and advanced features enabled. So just click on the drop-down box, make sure that you have verified your phone number so that you get all of the intermediate features enabled. And then in order to do the advanced features, and I'm not sure if it's in there or not, or whether it's only intermediate. When I went to the YouTube help section before I went live, I just wanted to make sure that everybody would have access to this. And it said you have to request access for advanced features or video verification in order to be able to do this. So if you still don't see it with the intermediate features, go to the advanced features tab and then just do what it says here. You need a channel history. You got to upload a valid ID or video identification. That's it. So then you click on create and you click on create post. And it's going to give you all these different options. And you can post it now or you can schedule it just like any other video. So you could post an image if you wanted to. You could do a poll. You can do a poll where the two different options, or 3 or 4 or 5, however many options you give in the poll, is a picture. You can do it with just a text poll. You can do a quiz, you can do a video. So what sort of things would be valuable to do? If I did an image, you could just have a graphic that says, like your TubeBuddy or your vidIQ that says, I reached 500 subscribers. And you could say something like, oh my gosh, you guys, I am so excited. Thank you so much for your support of this channel. It means the world to me. It's just an image. You write something. Hopefully you ask for some feedback so that they will comment. We can do an image post. We can do a poll. So this would be great for thumbnails. If you have 2 different thumbnails for your video, you could say, which one do you think is better? And tell me why. Why is this more eye-catching? And then ask your audience before you upload the video. TubeBuddy does this, vidIQ, they do this all the time. They say, this is the title of the video. Out of these thumbnails, which do you like best and why? And then they look at which one gets the most votes, and then that's the one that they choose for the video. This is a great idea. If you're struggling to make a thumbnail and you want feedback, not just from us in the Circle community, but from your subscribers and your viewers as well, it's a great thing to do. A text poll would be the exact same thing, only you would just write option A, write option B. There would not be an image. So this could be it could be a title. Like, I am doing a video about blah, 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 blah. Which title do you think is better? Or you could ask your community, I need ideas for upcoming videos that you would like to see on this channel. Would you like to see more neighborhood tours? Would you like to see more videos about selling for top dollar? Would you like to see more videos about this area, that area, whatever? And let people chime in and tell you what they think. You could do a quiz. This would be kind of fun. I haven't done a quiz yet. I don't know exactly what I would do, but get creative and think about, if I posted a quiz, that would be kind of fun to see how people answer. And then a video. So we can link to a video. So you could go through and say, I want to link to this short, right? So I'm trying to drive more traffic to a YouTube short that I did, or I am trying to drive more traffic to my most recent video, or to an older video, to a video that is one of my most popular videos. And we're going to show it even more love, to my most recent listing tour that I'm trying to get a little bit of love to. And then you just write, you know, blah, 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 whatever the post is. And now the video is going to be linked right there with it. So somebody goes to their YouTube home feed and they're just scrolling on their phone, and your post will show up in their feed just like it was in their Facebook feed or Instagram feed, but it will have a link to your video. And this is actually a really good way to drive traffic to an older video. So let's say you made it 3 months ago, but it was a really good video and it didn't get a lot of love. You could say, I spoke about blah, 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 and it was such great information. Click here to watch it. And then you link to that video. So there are a lot of different things that you can do with this community tab. And when you post in your community tab, it is content. So if you want to post more than once a week, you want to post more than once every 2 weeks, using your community tab is a really good way to do that without having to film extra videos. I posted one this morning. I said, I'm having a little contest because y'all, I am 11 people away from 20,000 subscribers. I'm so excited. So I said, when I hit 20,000 subscribers, I'm going to have a giveaway. So if anybody would like to go subscribe to my YouTube channel, please feel free, youtube.com/Karin Carr if you haven't already. And then on Friday, I'm going to pick a winner. So I uploaded a GIF so that it would grab their attention as they were scrolling through their news feed, right? This was just a post. Yesterday, I saw this post on X, and it was so good that I just took a screenshot of it and I shared it here. Everyone that has more than you just started earlier. More sales, more followers, more real estate. Get started and don't compare yourself to others. And I thought that was such a great little post. Anytime you see someone on YouTube that has way more subscribers than you, they just started earlier than you. That's it. You don't need to compare yourself to them and tell yourself why they're so much better than you. It's just that they started earlier than you did. 99% of the time, they just started earlier. You can use that community tab as a way to share personal stuff with your audience. Maybe you're going to share family photos, you on vacation, I don't know, speaking on stage at your brokerage conference, you attending a CE class where you're learning more. Like, it could just be behind the scenes type stuff. It could be anything that will create more of a community with the people that are currently following you. I have to say I was not very good about using it in the past. I just was like, it's, it's nice, but it's not all that exciting. And so I didn't really do it. But then I noticed more and more community posts were showing up in my newsfeed, so that when I was on YouTube and I would see them showing up in my own newsfeed, it was like, oh, YouTube is really promoting these. They are promoting them to me a lot. So would they be promoting mine to my followers a lot if I got off my butt and actually did it? Let's say that Thursday is my content creation day, where I'm going to sit down and come up with posts for all of the different platforms that I'm on. And I'm going to spend an hour and a half, and I'm going to create all of these posts, and then I'm going to schedule them so that I'm not doing it every single day. I just do it one day and then I schedule it, and it will go out for me automatically. And that way I'm only spending 90 minutes a week to sit down and do all of this stuff. This could be one of those things that you do. If you have Blaze, if you have ChatGPT, if you have Perplexity, if you just go to Canva and you do it all by hand, however it is that you do it, could you make something and then schedule it? And so let's say that your video day is Monday. Could you have the post go out on Tuesday that says, hey, did you see the video I dropped yesterday? It was about XYZ. Here is the link. And then maybe you could have a post on Thursday go out that says, my next video is called blah, which thumbnail do you like the best? Tell me which one grabs your attention and why. And then, of course, this drives engagement. So the more they comment, the more they get shown your stuff in the future. It's all good, right? I like it a lot simply because it's yet another way to drive traffic to our videos without having to share them on other social media platforms. Because if you drop your video on Monday and then you go share it on Instagram, Meta is not very excited about sending people off of their platform to one of their biggest competitors, so they just don't. But if you post it on the YouTube community tab, of course they're going to promote it because they're staying on YouTube. I never, just so you know, my personal opinion, I never, ever, ever drop the Zillow link or the Realtor.com link. I do not drive traffic to those sites. And I do that intentionally because of how I feel about those sites. I am not sending more people to them. I'm going to send them to my website, the page where I have that property listed, the IDX feed on my website, my YouTube channel. I'm sending them to my own stuff. I don't send them away. My personal opinion, I wouldn't even send it to the MLS public feed. Like if I log into the Savannah MLS and I say I want to share my listing, they'll give me a customer facing URL, but I don't even share that. I send them to my website where that information resides. That's what I like to do. And if you want to promote a specific property, you could promote a playlist. Let's say you have a whole like in my example, I had a playlist for people that were considering relocating to Savannah because they were in the military. I could say something like, are you PCSing to Hunter Army Airfield? Did you know I have an entire plethora of videos just for you, the military member who is moving here and doesn't know anything about it? Start here. And when they click that link, they don't go to a single video, they go to the playlist, right? Hopefully they're going to watch 1, 2, 3 of the videos. They're going to subscribe. They're going to reach out to you because they found it so helpful. It's amazing. We have so much grace for the people we follow and love, and then we don't have it for ourselves, right? I remember, oh gosh, I was saying, I'm going to cry. I was saying something to my coach on a coaching call, and I was saying so much smack about myself. She said, imagine your child, like when your daughter was 3 years old. Imagine your daughter back when she was a little toddler. And I'm thinking of her, and she said, now imagine saying that to your 3-year-old child. And like, seriously? Oh my God. I would never say anything that mean, that hurtful, that cruel to a little kid, knowing how it would just scar them for life. And yet we do that to ourselves every single day. At least I do. I say all kinds of mean crap to myself. And that is something that I'm really, really working on, of training my brain to say, no, we don't do that anymore. That is old programming. We don't do that anymore. We don't talk like that to people, definitely not to ourselves. When she pointed out to me, that was like, why do you talk so mean to yourself? It's habit. It's just habit. Like when you've been doing it for 50 years, it's habit. And I wrote about this a lot in my book, Do It Scared, because I know exactly where it comes from, but it's a hard, hard, hard habit to break. Let's think about different thoughts that we could think that will be supportive and helpful and encouraging. And if you can't think of anything, let us help you. And don't feel guilty for having the thought. That's my other favorite thing. Is like, I feel guilty for even thinking this in the first place. And she's like, oh, good. Now we're on a roll. Not only are you having this terrible thought, but you feel bad for having the thought in the first place. And then you feel bad for feeling bad for having the thought. Like, this is a great spiral we're in, right? So if you need help, let us help you come up with something else. There's so many great thoughts that we could think. And I've given you a bunch of them right now, because right now it's not about being perfect on camera. It's not about being great on camera. It's not even about being marginally mediocre. It's about creating the habit. You can't create the habit if you don't start. It's kind of like going to the gym, y'all. On January 1st, we all say we're going to get in shape and we're going to go to the gym. But if you never go to the gym, you're not going to get in shape. So if we want to decide that I'm going to create the habit of making videos, then I have to actually start making the videos and have no expectations for how they're going to perform. Your first video is going to suck. Nobody's going to watch it. Your second video is going to suck. Nobody's going to watch it. Probably your first 5 or 10 videos will get next to no views. Nobody will subscribe. Like, nobody knows that you exist at this point. And that's okay, because the videos are not that good right now. And I don't really want to have a big audience of people watching me be really not very good on camera. But the more you do it, the better you get. That's when people start to find the videos. And then they'll find the new ones that are good, and they won't think anything of it except, wow, that was really helpful. They know that we're realtors. They don't expect us to be amazing on camera. They don't expect us to be super great editors. They don't expect us to do all that stuff. They just think that, wow, like, here's a realtor in my town who's giving me good information. This is very helpful. That's it. That's all that they think. And they will either watch you and like your personality because they have a very similar personality and they feel drawn to you, or they will not like your personality and they will not watch you anymore and they'll go watch somebody else instead. And either one is okay, because we don't want to work with everybody. We want to work with the people who like us and see the value that we provide, and then will hire us and be willing to pay us when the time comes, right? They want to work with us. The people that are like, yeah, that girl's weird. I don't like her at all. She is like crazy. She needs to sit on her hands when she talks because girlfriend is all over the place. He'll go watch someone else, and that's fine. Making videos is such it's an exercise in mental health and self-improvement and self-acceptance and self-love. I never knew it when I started making the videos, but right, you learn so much about yourself and then start treating yourself nicer over time, realizing all of the crap that we say to ourselves that's just not true. So if you are one of the people that is having a hard time getting started in making videos, let me help you. Just tell me what the issue is. And eventually, when you start and you get over that hump and you start making videos, you have so much grace for yourself. And like, remember back when I was terrified to do these videos, and now look at me. And then maybe you'll help the next person too. So it's just about getting started to create the habit. Try not to have all this pressure on yourself to be perfect, because there is no such thing as perfect. And who decides what perfect is anyway? It's not like someone comes down from the heavens and bestows this title upon you of your video was perfect. There will always be things that we can make better. But it's why are we doing it in the first place? We are doing it to help the people that we feel called to serve. And so really whatever your niche is, that's just the people that you feel called most to serve, right? I feel called to serve real estate agents so that you learn how to generate your own business. And you don't have to pay any money to Zillow, and you don't have to be worried about what the market is doing. Whether it's a good market, a bad market, an up market, a down market, a seller's market, a buyer's market, it's just a market. If I know how to sell myself with organic marketing methods, then I will attract clients regardless of what the market is doing. I may not always do 75 transactions a year. There will be slower years and bigger years, but the fact remains that I know how to generate my own business, and I want to tell you all how to do it too. So I need you to start, okay? I need you to meet me halfway. I will tell you what to do, but you got to do it. I cannot make a video and then we like superimpose your face on my body. That doesn't really work. I've had people ask me to do that before. The answer is no. You got to do it yourself.